What is going on, YouTube? True Blue Car Collector here, back with TBC Breaks. Have a PSA reveal for us today. So we just got back from the Vegas car show yesterday. It is Monday when we're recording this. We have seen these grades, but it's been a few days, so I don't remember exactly which cards got which grade. But we do have one in here where we're going to talk about why we got this grade. So stay tuned for that. We got that one all the way at the end, so you don't want to miss that. So here we go, guys. Let's talk about PSA grades and see how we did on this submission. Here we go. First up, Kyle Pitts Variation from 2021 Prism. This is a silver Prism Variation card. PSA 9, not too bad, not too bad. So I love how they can get all these little flakes in here, little specks of whatever in there. You know, these are supposed to be clean, encapsulated cards, and yet you've got these little spots in here that are not on the card, they're on the case itself. So I'm guessing this probably got a 9 because there is a little tiny dimple in the card right there. I don't know if you can see it. Right kind of right by his elbow there, where the color changes on the field to the backdrop. That's probably why that one got a 9. Otherwise, that was pretty good. Back is pretty off center too, so that probably contributed to it. But it was it was a variation, silver rookie, so we wanted to get that one slabbed up. Davis Mills, rated rookie. This one's just the base optic. We sent in several bases of the quarterbacks just to kind of have them slabbed, see how they did. PSA 10, fantastic. Now again, PSA. Why is it that when we send you our cards, they come back and the cards are slopping around in there? This stuff should be locked in, not moving at all, but yet the card slides around in there. That's PSA 10. So, happy to have the PSA 10 and the Davis Mills. He's playing really well. Mac Jones, rated rookie. Base optic. PSA 10. There you go. And you can see this one is slightly off center, left or right. There's a little bit of a difference in the width, but PSA does give you like a 60-40. And we don't have the slopping around with this card that we have with the Daniel Jones. So I'm not sure what's causing that or why it does that on some cards but not on others. But PSA 10, happy to have that. Trevor Lawrence, rated rookie, base optic. PSA 9, okay, not too bad. Not, you know, this might have been like they have there's a couple little spots right on the face of the card, which I already knew when I sent it in. But again, rated rookies, QBs, wanted to get them slabbed up. Jonathan Kuminga Prism. This one is the ice version, pulled from Blaster Box. PSA 10, very nice. Very nice. Got the Kuminga on the PSA 10 ice. Kyle Pitts, Purple Shock. Really cool looking card. PSA 9, okay. A little off center. Might have been a little too far off center. We were hoping we were going to be in there. It measured pretty similar to some of the other ones when we measured it out, but that's my guess. This is probably just centering on this one. Davis Mills. This one is the Blue Scope Davis Mills. PSA 10, very nice. I really like these scopes. They look really nice. I enjoy the aesthetics of it. We got Zach Wilson. This one is the Purple Shock Zach Wilson. PSA 9. Okay, so both of our shocks got PSA 9. This one I'm not quite sure why. Centering on this one is better than on the Pitts. So if you look at it just right, if you get the light just right, it looks like that little corner there is kind of rolled a little bit or pushed down, which it wasn't when we sent it. So we'll talk about that here on the last card too. Kyle Pitts, Green Velocity, PSA 9. Okay. Don't really see much there, but again, we look at these under a magnifier before we send them, so you know, everything we send in should get a 9, and we're pretty certain most of it will get an 8 or a 10. But you know, can't win them all. All right, little off center on this ice. Another Jonathan Kuminga ice, and we still got the PSA 10 on this one. So both of our Kuminga ices got PSA 10s. So that's awesome. All right, Moritz Cedar, PC guy here. We finally pulled our Young Guns in one of our videos. In a PSA 10, this is about a $300 card. don't remember what we got on this one, but for the PC, it doesn't really matter. Just wanted to get this one slabbed up. Nice. We got the PSA 10. Awesome to have that one. Stand him up here in the background, being a PC guy. We'll stand him up right there. A little Maurice Cedar, PSA 10. We got Justin Jefferson, field level, select, die cut blue prism, PSA 9. Okay. These die cuts are hard to grade, and the centering on them is hard to judge. Like, you could try to use the letters here, but more times than not, what I try to do is I just look online, find a PSA 10, and try to match this area here where the field is at on there. Try to get that as close to what I'm seeing in the other PSA 10s as well. But with these die cuts, you do get some of those typical optic bubbles that you get in the cards. Sometimes that counts against you. But again, die cuts are tough. But another cool Justin Jefferson card, wanted to have that one slabbed up. Jalen Hurts Concourse die cut from Select. This one is the green neon prism. Really cool, and he is balling out this year. PSA 9. Okay. Not too bad. This one was a little off center, but very nice looking card. The coloring on that just looks very sweet. All right, Rondale Moore, Silver Hollow, PSA 10 on the Rondale Moore. Now we need him to actually do something on the field. We need this guy to start showing up to football games, catching the ball. Najee Harris having a rough year. This is the Optic Hollow. Najee, you need to get your act together. Get going here, man. PSA 10. Now we really need you to get going here, Najee. Have you in our fantasy league, and you haven't really been doing much for us, so get this going. See, now this one, okay, so we talked about the little dimples that you get in the Optic product, the Select products, the Prism products. PSA 10, and you can see right here at the top of the card, kind of like right in that area, there is a couple of those bubbles. So it seems like some graders count those against you, others don't. So some of the inconsistencies there, and you can see on the back, we are slightly off center. You can see that from here to here, it is slightly off center on the back. So again, some inconsistency in how the cards are graded with PSA, and that's where I do appreciate SGC from the aspect of they are more consistent with the grading. The cards seem to be overall more correlated to what their scores are. Now this is the card we need to talk about. So as you can see, 10s and 9s. Our stack's pretty even. In fact, we're even here. We throw the Young Guns on here. We got one more 10 than we got 9s. Trevor Lawrence, base optic. Here we go, guys. Nice looking card. Well, it was a nice looking card. PSA 6. So, we don't send in PSA 6 level cards. This card was damaged by PSA, and you can see it right there. Right there by his foot. See that wrinkle in the card? Terrible. That is a terrible wrinkle added to the card after the fact. So, is this a card we're going to complain to PSA about? Probably not. It's not worth complaining to them about because it's not going to get us anywhere. It's going to just be more time and hassle than it's worth. However, imagine if this was like some high-end Trevor Lawrence card or the autographed card, and you send that card in and that happens to your card and it gets screwed over like that. Absolutely, then raise a fuss. But this would just go to show, take pictures of all your cards before you send them to PSA, so you have photographic evidence or even videotape or video record your process of putting them in the card savers, packaging them up, and that way you have something to show as evidence what the condition of the cards were before you sent them in. I've seen people get cards back where the entire corners are like folded over and then refolded back. You know, people drop these cards, you know, they're humans, mistakes happen, but when you're paying $30, $40, $50, $100 a card to have it graded, that is definitely not something that should be happening at all. And if it does happen, the grader should be bringing that up right away and reporting that they damaged the card so it can be corrected. That's my thoughts on that. It's just disappointing. I thought we had a chance at least at a 10 on one of the two. Instead we got a 9 and a 6 on the Trevor Lawrence there, but happy with our results here. You know, pretty even stack, 9s and 10s. I think we got 8 10s, 7 9s, and then the 6 out of our 16 card submission. We do have probably about another 20-ish, 25 cards coming back soon from PSA. And then we have about 41 cards coming back, 41 Marvel cards coming back from CGC relatively soon as well. So stay tuned for those updates. Guys, thank you so much for watching the channel, watching this video with us, and seeing what grades we got. If you could, hit that like button. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button, and we'll catch all of you on the next video.